latest AM 560 Weather Center forecast. Warm and humid, times of sun and clouds, high 89. Severe storms, some clouds. Storms could bring some hail and damaging winds like they did this morning into the overnight hours. A low of 76. Right now, 72 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Quickly becoming one of my favorite restaurateurs in America, Tony Roman. You may remember Tony Roman if you're an avid listener to this show, which you should be. We covered him back in February. See, we have institutional memory on this show. He's the proprietor of Basilico's Pasta and Vino in Huntington Beach, California. And he he put up a billboard at his business.
Yeah.
Leave the mask, take the cannoli. How can you not love that? He was operating in violation of Gruesome Newsom's lockdown order. And this is, I mean, and he openly and notoriously was not following it. He came to this country to run a business. Here's what he had to say about that at the time.
That is how we fight. We don't follow lawsuits. Our action of defiance is our lawsuit. I will not leave my destiny in this conflict in the hands of courts and judges. We believe they have no standing in this fight against lockdown tyranny. We have 4 counts filed by the ABC against us to strip us of our license. We have a criminal case against us. We recently had OSHA show up with the police in an attempt to serve a search warrant on us. I personally received death threats from mass shamers, threats to burn our restaurant down, threats to spread viruses inside our restaurant, and even efforts by celebrities to launch boycotts against us. But we have not flinched, and instead have dug in further and continue to hit back harder. We bully the bullies.
How do you not love this guy?
We bully the bullies.
And
awesome.
ABC, the Alcohol Control Board, is what he was referencing. In addition to the other alphabet soup complement of agencies that went after him, on why he's so defiant.
And now you think you can, on behalf of the tiny tyrant in Sacramento and his mini Gestapo, extort us, threatening to revoke our hard-earned, well-deserved, and very valuable liquor license because we refuse to comply with any of the arbitrary and hypocritical, childish, fear-based, anti-American mandates that his strike teams enforce selectively? Do you understand the wreckage to the country you are enabling? The young people who will never, ever have those cherished experiences of youth most of us had? Even turning amusement parks into places where you herd people like sheep to their fear-induced vaccinations? The elderly you are helping rob of their rightful golden years and precious memories with family, even stealing from them their last moments of dignity, not even allowing proper goodbyes. Immediate members of my family and ancestors before them did not come from Italy to have to deal with Mussolini wannabes who use the pandemic of fear for their own power grab. To be clear, my protest today is on behalf of all American patriots who have yet to find the same courage to fight as we do, but do share the same love for this great country and the blessings it has bestowed upon them.
Didn't come here to deal with mini Mussolinis, yeah. And he's done it again. From day one, never complied, banned masks, and now requiring proof of being unvaccinated to be a patron at Basilico's. Notice, proof of being unvaccinated required. We have zero tolerance for treasonous anti-American stupidity, says the notice at his business. Now, of course, there's no actual proof he's requiring. He's just making a statement.
You don't have to get out your vaccination card.
I can't wait the unvaccination card.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Alfie Oakes at Seed to Table in Naples follow suit with this because he's just sort of the same cut as Tony Roman. Obviously very few as aggressive as Tony Roman and so early on. But I wonder if more will start to be as we go down this rabbit hole of lockdowns again, potentially For more on this, pleased to be joined, as always, by Steve Moore, economist, Wall Street Journal columnist, Trumponomics author. Steve, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hi, guys. Good morning. By the way, a little footnote to that story is that you're mentioning what you call him, Gruesome Newsom.
Yeah.
He's underwater right now. This recall, which is coming up
close
in California. Too bad you don't have recall in Illinois. You can get rid of Putzker, but it looks right now. I kind of laughed at the idea a month ago. Right now, this is very realistic. And the next governor of California, ready? Are you guys sitting down?
We talked to him
Larry
yesterday.
Elder.
Yeah, we talked to him on the show yesterday. We know.
If that can happen, then Dan or Amy, you can be the next governor of Illinois.
Amy could. Yeah,
that's,
Amy,
that's
Amy
a job
could.
I want. But Governor Newsom's also he's in trouble because his son was at day camp yesterday with
French Laundry has a day camp?
No, with unvaccinated children that were unmasked indoors. And so his communications director said that out of concern for others and their children, they had to pull him from that camp.
So, Steve, what do you think? We maybe another round of lockdowns, another COVID relief package?
I'm distressed by this because, I was listening to Tony and what he was saying. And remember, these lockdowns started over 14 months ago, right? And at the very beginning, I was against lockdowns. You were against lockdowns from the beginning. But, you could have a debate about whether they would be effective or not. And we tried the lockdowns. And now the evidence is absolutely crystal clear that lockdowns were a failure, just from the perspective of a public health impact. And my best, data point on this is, you were talking about California. California was mostly shut down for the past year. Businesses were shut down, schools were shut down, churches, parks were shut down. Meanwhile, Florida was, pretty much completely open. They did social distancing, they did masks, but they didn't have draconian lockdowns. And Florida, are you guys ready for this? Florida, when you age adjust the data, because seniors who are most prone to having problems with COVID, Florida had a lower age adjusted death rate than California. And California was closed down, and Florida wasn't. So I'm distressed that anyone in their right mind would look at the evidence of last year and call for more lockdowns. Am I worried about it? Yeah, I am. I saw what happened yesterday with this absurd, crazy, lunatic dictate by the Center for Disease Control saying that kids have to wear masks in school for 7 hours a day, which is outrageous. By the way, our mutual buddy, Casey Mulligan, who works for us at Committee to Unleash Prosperity at the University of Chicago, has a new study out. You'll love this, that a child is more likely to die in a accident in the school bus than dying from COVID from being in school. So why can't parents make these decisions rather than these bureaucrats at the CDC, which, by the way, seems to flip its position? They keep talking about the science. They keep flipping what the science is every 3 months.
Well, it's not. Listen to dictator Bill de Blasio yesterday. This is unreal.
We've got to shake people at this point and say, come on now. We tried voluntary. We could not have been more kind and compassionate as a country. Free testing everywhere you turn. Incentives. Friendly, warm embrace. The voluntary phase is over. We can keep doing those things. I'm not saying shut it down. I'm saying voluntary alone doesn't work. It's time for mandates.
No more Mr. Nice Guy from Warren Wilhelm, Steve.
Well, because President Biden's going to be mandating vaccines for all federal employees. The announcement is going to be made tomorrow.
Well, maybe, hopefully, all the federal employees will quit. But look, there's so much hypocrisy in these statements. We had an item in our hotline yesterday, which had all of these quotes from people like Andrew Cuomo saying, "I would never trust the Trump vaccine. That's not trustworthy. We can't trust anything that comes from Donald Trump." And Biden said the same thing. "I would never trust the Trump vaccine." Kamala Harris said it. Many Democratic governors said it. I don't know if we have de Blasio saying it, but he probably did. And now they're saying, "Oh, you can trust the vaccine." Well, who sowed the seeds of the doubt? Now, by the way, I want to tell you guys, I am in favor of vaccines. I think the vaccines, anyone over the age of 30 should be vaccinated, in my opinion. But I also believe it's your personal choice. And I got to tell you, when I was in the Chicago area a couple of weeks ago, I had a Uber driver, this woman from out in the sticks, and she was one of the Trump deplorables, and she said, I'm not taking the vaccine. I said, well, what if the government forces you to take it? I don't care if they try to strip me down, strap me down on a metal table. I am not taking the vaccine. That is her. Whatever happened to my body, my choice, my vote?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think this is a really dangerous moment for America, where I do think, Amy, they may start forcing people to take the vaccine, and I think that is a huge violation of your civil rights.
Well, I mean, they've been so nice about it, as Warren Wilhelm said, and look, the last thing we want to do is upset our betters in public office. I mean, I don't want Bill de Blasio to be mad at me,
But who had the best idea ever were you the best man in his wedding, and was he the best man in your wedding? Of course, I'm talking about Larry Kudlow.
Yeah. He was the best man in my wedding.
Okay, he had the best idea. Did you hear about it yesterday when he was on the air?
I haven't heard it.
He said that the best way to get more people vaccinated, restore Trump's Twitter account. Because then, then he'll say, I got vaccinated, Melania got vaccinated.
It's so funny you should say that, because my column this week, which comes out this morning, it says exactly that. The one person who can get people vaccinated is Donald Trump. And Biden hates Trump so much that he won't. He should tell Trump, hey, come to the White House and make a national statement to Republican voters to get vaccinated. By the way, it is also the other thing the media is not covering. It's amazing. The media. Which ethnic group do you think has the lowest rate of vaccine?
Black Americans.
Black. It's the second one.
Latino Americans.
Is Hispanic. Then it's the highest rate of vaccinations is Asians. Whites, about 50% of whites have been vaccinated. Only about 40% of Hispanics and blacks. Now, I don't think a lot of those people are Trump voters. There are a lot of people who just have natural, suspicions of vaccines. One thing is, here's the other thing. They keep talking about following the science, and yet they keep changing what the science is. And I think a lot of people are naturally suspicious of what the government says. The other thing that they've done is really stupid. The Biden people are really stupid. They keep running these ads in Arkansas and Mississippi and Georgia and Utah and states, Republican states. Follow the science. The science says this. And that's a complete turnoff to Republican voters, because the left lies about what the science is. We don't trust your science because you make it up. You're the same people that say that the oceans are going to rise by 4 feet unless we stop using oil. I mean, nobody believes their science, because they believe science is what is their own, predisposed belief.
Yeah. The other thing, again, there's just no context to this. I mean, the unvaccinated in a high risk category, it could be as low as 2% of the population. So I mean, 2% of a big number is a big number. So it's 6 million people. So it's not inconsequential. But I mean, there's no focus where the focus should be. It's what we've done from the beginning. Everybody is in the same boat, and everybody is not in the same boat. It's absurd.
And that's completely wrong, because that belief is completely wrong, because 92% of the risk is with people over the age of 65, and this is a big problem, because here's the thing, Dan. Let's say you want to you're pro-vaccine and I'm not. By the way, I am pro-vaccine. But
I'm pro-vaccine.
I don't want to be. I am pro-vaccine. I want to make your listeners very clear about that. But if I don't get vaccine, and you and Amy do get vaccine, I pose no risk to you, right? So if you're concerned about it, get vaccinated. And then it doesn't matter what I do. You see my point?
Yeah, I do. Hey, but before we let you go, one matter of dollars and cents here, since that's your forte. GAO report estimates that
$1 trillion.
Yes, $1 trillion hasn't been spent yet, including 156 billion by HHS. Another 210 billion that was allocated for state and local hasn't been spent, and they already want to print another $3.5 trillion worth of funny money.
This is a really important point, Dan. I was just again writing. You're hitting all the buttons this morning. This is outrageous. So Joe Biden's running around the country saying we have to spend another 3.5 or 4 trillion, and they haven't even spent $1 trillion. They can't even find out what to do with. By the way, I'm not saying $1 billion. We're saying $1 trillion. I mean, it's unbelievable, the financial craziness that's going on in Washington, folks. Don't you think it would make more sense to first spend the money we gave you already, and then maybe if you need more, come back to us in 6 months? But they're in a rush. Oh, we need another $4.5 trillion. By the way, $1 trillion is 3 times as much money as we need to fix every pothole in the country, every broken and dangerous bridge, modernize every airport in the country. So there is enough infrastructure money in the money we already spent. Let's just stop giving money to, all these crazy transit programs. And, we keep giving tens and tens of billions of dollars to schools that have been closed down for the last year. The money is out there. We don't need to appropriate one more penny.
Economist and Wall Street Journal columnist Steve Moore. Thanks as always, Steve.
Okay, guys. Have a great week. Take care.
Thank you. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
Have you ever seen anything like this? The real estate market is so crazy competitive right now. Houses selling as the for sale signs are going up, and normally for far above the asking price. So if you're looking to buy, you need to be prepared. You need that pre-approval letter. You need United Faith Mortgage. If you have that pre-approval letter, you'll be taken seriously, and you need it fast. Something that tells the sellers a legitimate mortgage company, United Faith Mortgage, has your back. With United Faith Mortgage, you'll get instant personal attention and a fast as humanly possible turnaround time. Usually the same day or within 24 hours, you'll have that pre-approval letter in your hands. United Faith Mortgage can also help with reverse mortgages, cash-out refinance loans, USDA loans, investing property loans, and multifamily loans. Go to UnitedFaithMortgage.com. That's UnitedFaithMortgage.com.
United Mortgage Corp, Melville, New York. NMLS number 1330. Ryan Brecka, NMLS number 65233. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
If your money is not earning at least 2